Hey folks, welcome back here to the Vegas Don Channel. We're here next to St. Thomas Aquinas private school here that is a national football powerhouse, not just here in the state. They have always had a very, very good football program here. There is their stadium in there, back behind the tarp. A few years ago, ESPN featured a game between St. Thomas Aquinas and Bishop Gorman. It was like on, I think it was week 0, that very first week of football, college football season, when they could see the scoreboard down there, and the football stadium, the goalposts. But back in the day, we used to come down here and play all sorts of different games. Softball, we would do some soccer down here as well. Make this right here on 11th Court for our friends following along at home on your preferred map app. But again, I know there are a lot of you out there who have moved out of the area, just like in Vegas. And when they talk about, population counts for different cities, they don't take into account those that used to live there, of course. And there are a lot of folks that have bugged out of South Florida, a lot of folks that used to live here. Yeah, back when they were really having some big financial problems, when I attended this school right here, Faith Lutheran School. It's nothing like the Faith Lutheran that's in Las Vegas. I used to wish that I had some money and I would buy the place. There are a lot of cars in that front yard. My goodness. Wow. Oh, this is different. Used to be able to make a left here. And now we're back here to Davie Boulevard, where we will make a right. And Clean Wave Laundry right there. All right. $2.99 a gallon at that Chevron for regular unleaded. Across the street there. Just, Davie Boulevard is signed as State Road 736. They are building a condo or something down there on the horizon there. You can see way down there. They've redone these street signs too to make them look nicer. These are the little things that they could do in Las Vegas. This is, when I talk about beautification and stuff, these are the little things that easily could be done. Looks like St. Thomas Aquinas has bought up more land. You didn't used to be able to see it so much here. And that is called the Vienna's Center for the Arts right there, okay? Used to go to that Wendy's and get Frosties all the time. This is Riverland Center right here on Davie Boulevard. We're gonna pull in here real quick because it is now called an Idea food basket, but back in the day, this was called Safeway. Sureway, sorry. Getting wires crossed there. It used to be called Sureway, and I had a job working as a bag boy in here, in this grocery store right here, and there's a pizza place right there that is still there today, Sassano's Pizza. So anyone who grew up, especially in this area, you may remember Sassano's Pizzeria. And there used to be a thrift store right here, and it is now a high school, Sun Ed High School, it says. That's interesting, okay. And then there's a little branch of the Broward County Library right here called the Riverland Library. And then back in the day, for anyone who remembers old South Florida, that convenience store across the street used to be a Magic Market. It used to have MM, I think it was like green and purple. A green M and a purple M were their logo. Magic Market. But now it's called Paradise Food Stores. I'm sure it's gone through several iterations of ownership. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. We do all things Las Vegas as well as anywhere else we may be. And right now we're here in sunny South Florida. You can see all the bars on the windows over there at that store too. So after they close, that used to be a little Pizza Hut, a little sit-down Pizza Hut right over there. Yeah. And we're back to Davie Boulevard, Chevron gas station over there. That used to be an Amoco gas station back in the day, for anyone who remembers Amoco. I think it stood for American Oil Company, AMOCO. But they've done a lot to beautify Davie Boulevard here. It did used to look like this. It was actually looking kind of run down. Flanagan's right here, part of the Flanagan's chain here in South Florida. Wings and More over there on the left, that's been there forever. Ironically, I've never been in there, but it has been there forever. Authentic Mexican food over here off to the right. So back in the day, way back in the day, Davie Boulevard used to go underneath Interstate 95. But here at we're going to go over the Seaboard Railroad tracks, and the railroad wanted to be able to use the full length of the roadway underneath Sunrise Boulevard, Broward Boulevard, and Davie Boulevard to our north, so that they could switch tracks and stuff like that. So they decided to go ahead and rebuild the interchange, and so Davie Boulevard ended up going over Interstate 95. And so that's, you'll see down there are the railroad tracks for the Seaboard Railroad line, and this is Interstate 95, the interchange for it. And we got the green light here. Also, please check out my wife's channel, Cinnamon and Jupiter. She has some awesome astrology and spirituality videos. And even if those aren't your thing, if you could still like and subscribe, would really mean a ton to us, trying to get her channel off the ground and established. So now here on the east side of Interstate 95, on State Road 736, Davie Boulevard. Over on the right is an area called Shady Banks, because of the river back there. Shady, my beautiful wife in the seat next to me. 2A1A on State Road 84. I think that's new. They didn't have that up there before. And this is the drawbridge here at Davie Boulevard over the New River. My beautiful wife just said Shady Pines when I said Shady Banks. Shady Pines, of course, the home that was referenced many times throughout the television show Golden Girls, which was also set here in South Florida, but it was actually filmed at a house in, or the house that was in all of the establishing shots was actually located in Orlando, about 3 hours north of here by car. So this is Southwest 15th Avenue. On the right you have a huge Mormon church. Well, it always seemed huge to me. And you have all these residences here lining 15th Avenue that have been here for eons. Some of them in better shape, again, just like Vegas. Some of them in better shape than others. Also, please check out Vids from Mike, VIDSFROM-MIKE. Does some sensational sunrise and sunset drone videos that you do not want to miss. This one's actually got kind of a covered parking there. That's the kind of thing you'll see in the Florida Keys. The first floor parking and then the building above it. Southwest 9th Street here. Goodness. I don't know when they installed these speed bumps, but wow. They're brutal. So I'm actually going to go to the left here for just a moment because we're bringing all things South Florida on this trip to anyone that may have lived here at one time. On the right, you'll notice Stranahan High School. I grew up in this neighborhood, so this was the high school that I was supposed to attend. And they're actually out there doing some football practice right now. Of course they are. It's Florida. Stranahan High School, now known as the Mighty Dragons, but back in the day they were known just as the Dragons. I was supposed to go to this school. It did not have a very good reputation at that time, so I ended up in ROTC to attend Fort Lauderdale High School, and so got out of having to go to this school. But the one thing that I want to bring up the most right now, this is Riverside Drive here, Coach Skinner Avenue, presumably for a coach that once coached here. Riverside Manor right there, ironically named because, well, the river's way back behind us. It's not sitting on any water. The Broward County School Board has decided that this school here, Stranahan High School, is one of the ones that they want to eliminate. It is on the chopping block because of under-enrollment here in Broward County. Under-enrollment of the student body. I forget the actual percentage, but I think it was like they're at 70% of capacity, and so now they're talking about eliminating it. If you can imagine that happening in Vegas, I don't know if that would happen in Vegas because they're just more and more people seem to keep moving there. However, with the increased cost of living there, they could in fact undergo what's going on here, because the cost of living here is just outrageous. Vegas is bad too, but the cost of living in here is brutal down here in South Florida. And then you have your property taxes and your insurance as well. Property taxes are not nearly as bad as they are in here in South Florida, the ones in Vegas, that is. And then you have your property insurance, your homeowner's insurance, which good luck, because of the storms that have come through. There is your former alma mater for anyone who used to attend Stranahan High School right here. It is nestled in this little neighborhood here. It's kind of like, almost like El Dorado High School in Las Vegas, for instance. It's off the beaten path, and it's just kind of hidden back there. But want to thank you all again so very, very much for joining us. We really appreciate each and every single one of you. Please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. And as always, remember, here on the Vegas Down channel, it is The Journey, where what happens in Vegas and in America stay right here on the Vegas Down channel on YouTube. Thank you guys so very, very much. We'll see you on the next one.